Alright, so he without sin cast the first stone. Famous quote from the Bible. It simply mean that if you have committed a sin, don't cast a stone on somebody that has also committed a sin. Well, that's what I learned from it. You get me, I say? So former adult film star Jasmine Cashmere is now happily married pastor and spiritual leader. So this has to be the power of God. This has to be a transformation that God has confirmed, or God has literally did himself. And it's crazy because they have one quote from the Bible where I always disagree. I don't know if this is the correct word for it. It said, every sin or no sin is different from the other. I don't know if that is a word for it, but it says something to that sense. And I've always disagreed with it because you're telling me that if I rob a liquor store and this person kills somebody, Oga court will literally get different sentence. But anyways, this goes to show that anybody can change. This goes to show that your past can literally catch up with your future. And this is a perfect example. I honestly don't see nothing wrong with it. Everybody change. Everybody has to grow up sometime. But sometimes some people make some decision in their life that can literally haunt them for the rest of their life. And I think this is one of those decisions. Because to be honest, I would never attend this church. I would never attend this church. Not because of who she was. Well, because of who she was. Because if I know her as a porn star, right, and I attend this church, the first thing I'm going to do is visualize her sexually. And that's not a good thing to literally do in a church. People do it, but then be probably with them church sister visualizing church sister sexually. But this is the pastor. You get me? I say, and I think this church has to be very interesting, especially when she's giving past life lessons, telling the church what she went through. You get me? I say, and it's crazy because, bro, it is crazy on the husband and it's crazy on the kids, in my opinion, because to be honest, I know that her son or her daughter, somebody has to video who their mother was, and find some of those videos and say your mother was a whore and this and that. You get me? I say, but as I said before, this is a transformation that we all have to look into. This is a transformation that we all have to say sit and say, oh, where do we see ourselves in the next 10 years? Where do we see ourselves in the next 20 years? Because I think this has to be one of the worst careers, being a porn star. Not because she's having sex with multiple men, not because she's pleasing men, not because she's pleasing women, or not because she's enjoying herself, just because all of this, that or all of our past life is literally on the internet. That shit cannot be erased. That shit cannot be erased. It's gonna be there till eternity. You get me? So that has to be one of the worst shit that can happen to somebody, bro. You get me? I say. But she found God. She turned her life around. She became a pastor. She got married and she have children now. And I'm happy for her because in the day, everybody want to be happy. Everybody want to give their life to God. You know. And most people will just say, why wait so long? But the thing we need to understand with that is, if something don't happen, there's no way you can learn. Use Vibes Cartel as a perfect example. Before Vibes Cartel came out of jail, bro, prison, bro, Vibes Cartel, well, before he went to prison, Vibes Cartel was one of the most demonic dancehall artists, whether or not we want to prove it, because he said so himself, Father Devil, Daddy Devil. Get me, I say. Him said, but then we never know who is God or if there was a God. But yet still, spending 30 years in jail changed that man. When Vibes Cartel came out, Vibes Cartel, God is the greatest. Every interview you do, everything him say, God is the greatest. That man found God in jail. That simply mean that everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has something to go through to find God. You get me? I say, and the moment you find him, you're gonna know. Because at that point in time, your life will change. So what is different from Vibes Cartel and this woman? The only difference is, as I said, she's a porn star. All of her past life, all of her past profession is literally on the internet. But most of Vibes Cartel clips are on the internet. But the only clip that is on the internet of Vibes Cartel that make him look like a bad person is the voice note and the video. They say, oh, the whole lizard scenario. You get me? I say, but this goes to show that everybody can change. This goes to show that there is really a God because, trust me, Trust me, everybody want at least once in their life go through a scenario where they literally start praying. They literally feel as if they need a higher power to take them through it. You get me? I say, and I think everybody just needs to start do it now. You're not taking nothing with prayer. You're not taking nothing with think positive. You're not taking nothing with think about upliftment. Because God is positivity, God is upliftment, God is good. You get me? I say, who don't want to be good? So why not start praying from now? Why not? You get me? I say, so when you go through hard times, it's gonna be easier, bro, because you can start praying from now and you're going through something hard in your life and you never know God. It's like you're searching something where you never know is there. And the moment you find it, it's a different feeling. But if you can search it before something bad reach you, bro, think about what could happen, bro. You get me? I say, Cartel is a perfect example. Before Vybz Kartel came out of jail, bro, prison, bro, Vybz Kartel, well, before he went to prison, Vybz Kartel was one of the most demonic dancehall artists, whether or not we want to prove it, because he said so himself, Father Devil, Daddy Devil. You get me? I say, him said back then we never know who is God or if there was a God. But yet still, spending 30 years in jail changed that man. When Vybz Kartel came out, Vybz Kartel like God is the greatest. Every interview you do, everything him say, God is the greatest. That man found God in jail. That simply mean that everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has something to go through to find God. You get me? I say, and the moment you find him, you're gonna know. Because at that point in time, your life will change. So what is different from Vybz Kartel and this woman? The only difference is, as I said, she's a porn star. All of her past life, all of her past profession is literally on the internet. But most of Vybz Kartel clips are on the internet. But the only clip that is on the internet of Vybz Kartel that make him look like a bad person is the voice note and the video. They say, oh, the whole lizard scenario. You get me? I say, but this goes to show that everybody can change. This goes to show that there is really a God, because trust me, everybody want at least once in their life go through a scenario where they literally start praying. They literally feel as if they need a higher power to take them through it. You get me? I say, and I think everybody just needs to start do it now. You're not taking nothing with prayer. You're not taking nothing with think positive. You're not taking nothing with think about upliftment. Because God is positivity, God is upliftment, God is good. You get me? I say, who don't want to be good? So why not start praying from now? Why not? You get me? I say, so when you go through hard times, it's gonna be easier, bro, because you can start praying from now and you're going through something hard in your life and you never know God. It's like you're searching something where you never know is there. And the moment you find it, it's a different feeling. But if you can search it before something bad reach you, bro, think about what could happen, bro. You get me? I say?